Oons stabbing and kicking behind. He's got Cade Latham. Okay, he hits up the ball. And the crowd goes wild. And Cade Latham dives in for a 5-pointer. Again, Oons now really creative, the fullback. Finding space in behind the DHS defensive line. DHS there unable to clean up at the back. It seems like the DHS right wing, I thought that ball was going out to touch. And Cade Latham picked the ball up, pirouette, spinning, round and around, beating one, and going in unscathed, diving in for a 5-pointer for Northwood. Really enterprising play there from the Northwood Knights. Unati Maikiso generating and creating a spark and lighting this place up. Finding space in behind the DHS defensive line. And Cade Latham going in unscathed, diving in for a 5-pointer. Gareth Falloon. Oh, really good strike from Gareth. But again, unfortunately, for the third time in this game, he pushes the ball towards the far post, unable to convert Cade Latham's kick. And Northwood 14 points on the board, DHS with 24 points, 10-point difference now, as the DHS boys slowly walk back to the halfway line to kick off. 11.5 minutes left in the second half until full time. I think everyone that's here, all the masses, the thousands of people that are here to witness this great occasion between these wonderful schools, you know, will leave entertained, and they came to worship at the altar of the Northwood Knights, and I'm sure everyone will leave satisfied. DHS hanging the ball high in the winter sky, kick chill underneath it. Oh, it's Siamon Kosi, he's stepping, he's beating one, beats two, offloads in the contact. It looks like David Olsen with the ball in hand. Gareth Falloon at the base of that ruck, playing Lutando Makula, offloads to Tatena Chai. But unfortunately, the referee was playing advantage. DHS had knocked the ball on initially at the ruck, and it's a scrum to Northwood.
Yeah, and interesting there, we know how important communication is when it comes to the play, and we know that try earlier, the winger, fullback, not communicating, not talking, and getting mixed up there. And essentially same thing here at the beginning of this kickoff. Boys just guilty of not talking to each other, not communicating, and we just know how important communication is, especially when the crowd's are loud, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot happening around you. Boys need to make sure that they're talking to each other as we look to get underway with the scrum here. And big push, big counter push by DHS for once.
Brilliant from Senda Mabuza, making meters. I have no idea how he managed to rescue that Northwood scrum, the ball from the base of that scrum, because DHS are putting enormous pressure on the Northwood scrum. Gareth Falloon.
This ball coming wide out to the centres bar.
On the inside, Carlton Kaseke.
Big hit there by Christian Everett.
Slow ball from Northwood, Ungs Mayo. Hanging the ball high in the winter sky on Reese Edwards. Northwood chasing with Caden Sparks.
Tuli Tembisibisi looking to run this ball back up, and DHS needing to get over here. Needing to secure this ball and look for options. Zach Smith taking this ball out slowly. Looks like it's going to come to the forwards. Christian Everett's going to take it up. Wrapped up immediately by Northwood. No ground gain there. Zach Smith again still looking for options. He's going to come deep to Dino Busak, who's going to get this ball right in the air, but it's going to go straight down the middle of the field.
Great positioning from the fullback. Again, sparking that Northwood counter-attack, hanging it high to his opposite number.
Minian Kamu fielding the ball well and kicking it out, looking for touch, but couldn't find it in a very
tight
clinical
angle
kick. And Northwood again guilty of the same thing DHS were guilty of.
Bounce.
Don't let the ball bounce and communicate.
Absolutely. It's always nice now to, we're seeing a lot of tactical, play from the two fullbacks, both wanting to take the ball to the opposite half and put the opposition under pressure, playing the right areas of the field. Unati Maikiso returning the favor there with a big high ball. Northwood, Norland making meters, driving DHS towards their own half. Siana Mabuza, he's agile, this number 8.
changed the game since he's come on.
Absolutely. Greg McGlashan, again, tactical kicking.
Charge down
from DHS.
Another 23 from DHS coming through. Cutting inside. Is he going to have enough legs? He's just not going to have enough to get there. No, he is. It's try time for the Horseflies.
Really questionable decision there from Carl, from Greg McGlashan. He was under enormous pressure, but opting for the kick.
Yeah.
He had 2 or 3 players on his outside. Charged down from DHS. They were well aware of what he was about to do. Again, we spoke about the two sides trying to play in the right areas of the field, and that's what the fly-off was shaping up to do. Bit of inexperience from Greg. You know, just playing his second start for the Northwood Knights. You know, he played his first. You know, he started for the first time last weekend against St. Charles. Came off halfway through the game. Again, getting his second cap for the Northwood Knights.
With DHS really soaring another 5-pointer. 29 points to DHS and 14 points to the Northwood Knights, with conversion to come.
Dino Butzak looking to get this conversion, and it looks like he's got it again.
The flags go up, adding another 2 points to the DHS lead now. 31 points to DHS and 14 points to the Northwood Knights, with 6.5 minutes here to go. The Northwood boys, it seems like the sun is setting on Rhys Edwards, and the sun is setting on the Northwood hopes of clinching victory here. But the Northwood boys will never go down without a fight. As Gareth Viljoen hanging the ball high.
That
ends up on
fielded
kick.
well by Jordan Ramsamy, who's come on as a sub now. DHS making quite a few subs after that last try, and looking to take the ball up through Dale Hendrickson. Again, Zach Smith looking for options as we come out here. DHS will form a shield wall as Dino Butzak looks to clear this on his boot. Oh, not a very good kick by Dino Butzak, and perhaps not going according to plan as this ball is fielded by
Mikey, so at the back again, he's got time and space, the fullback. And he's dancing, he's got his dancing shoes on. He plays Kelton Kaseke, stepping back on the inside, beating 2 defenders, unfortunately losing the ball in contact. Oh, there was really enterprising stuff there. Again, Unati Mikey, so from the back, really trying to regenerate and spark the Northwood attack. But unfortunately, Kelton losing his ball in contact on the ground. Scrum down to DHS with just 5 minutes to go on All Boys Day here. Remembering the words of Nelson Mandela, you know, saying if our expectations, if our fondest prayers and dreams are not realized, we should always bear in mind that the greatest glory of living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And it seems like the Northwood Knights will keep rising and keep rising to the occasion with every fall. Unfortunately there, Gareth Viljoen being penalised, over-eager, trying to kill that at source, putting pressure on his opposite number at the base of that scrum, but he did so illegally.
And DHS getting out of jail here with an opportunity to clear this penalty into touch. As Dale Hendricks, Dino Butzak gives us a good clean kick there. We'll be just outside the Northwood 22. With only 4 minutes left in the game, Northwood need to make sure that they don't allow DHS to gain any more momentum, to keep pushing in on their try line. They need to defend their home here and just make sure that they hold their heads high.
Absolutely. And DHS bring it down now, setting up the dominant maul that we've seen all afternoon. But
and
the referee
will the penalty there for obstruction.
Yeah, DHS crossing over in that maul. Obstruction, as you said. Northwood get another opportunity to stab the ball all the way inside the DHS half. But Gareth taps and goes. Plays Jan
Good ball into the midfield.
Offloading to Kelton Kaseke. He's a sprinter, this guy. He's beating one and he's lighting the place up now on Rhys Edwards.
Great run by Kelton Kaseke.
Oh, DHS contesting brilliantly at the breakdown, winning a turnover. Gareth Viljoen, ill-discipline.
DHS will get out of jail there.
No. Kelton Kaseke, brilliant from the outside centre, but Gareth Viljoen giving an opportunity to DHS to get a clean exit here. He was over-eager at the scrum half, coming in from the side at that scrum, putting his opposite number under pressure. And again, Northwood punishing themselves with ill discipline, with just 6 or 7 meters or so from the DHS try line. And DHS getting a clean exit.
Awful kick. That was a very interesting kick there.
Well, you called it earlier, you said
just
all
as
that
long
matters,
as it goes out.
just get it out. Just outside the 22. Northwood are going to be looking to put pressure in the DHS line out to hopefully turn over that ball and gain possession.
And I think you could just see the frustration creeping in. Young Gareth Flew just coming around the side of that ruck is just time running short. The expectation and the hope that you could still get another try or two and try and put some pressure on, and unfortunately just getting a rush of blood to the head. But then that line out also, Jordan Ramsamy not finding his target, as Northwood will now have an opportunity for a put in the scrum here in a brilliant attacking position.
Absolutely. As we see now, as you mentioned, Gareth Viljoen being replaced by Coach Jacques Dean, with Sibom Panza coming on. The replacement scrum half at jersey, wearing jersey 23. Garrett's afternoon and Garrett's last All Boys Day is over. Northwood in prime position, attacking position here, right on the 22-meter line of DHS. Again, the score line really flattering to DHS. DHS managing to score a couple of tries, punishing Northwood from their own mistakes, and a dominant scrum from DHS. Sibo got the ball at the back of the...
Mani Siseko looking to pick this ball up and just dab it through with his foot. Again, another push through on the chip there. And great work by the 8th man to play a bit of football on the ground. This ball's going to bounce just in front of Dino Busak, who's going to look to counter. 1 step, 2 step, but running straight into contact from the Northwood players. Zach Smith again looking for his options and coming out to Jordan Ramsamy, who pushes it off to Mani Siseko for a big run through the midfield, looking to punch that hole.
Northwood going to have to remain disciplined here, especially watching their offside line.
Referee Ngobes not picked up and managing to take 3 players with him, as Zach Smith again looks for players, and we've got Dale Hendrickson running out wide. Now we've got the ball out wide. Lwandile Mshengu taken down.
A bit of a high tackle there. The assistant referee is signaling to the referee that Northwood need to keep their tackles low. But DHS are still rumbling on, building the phases.
And DHS looking good as they build the phases. First time in this game, they've probably built 8 or more phases as the ball comes wide now. Sabisi looking for a run. Mazibuko. Ball coming in again. Connor Carson carrying it up in the midfield. Sabrat Ervia looking to go over and just seal that ball. Superior Ngobes with the handoff, taking another 2 or 3 players with him as DHS rumble ever closer to that try line. Ball going wide again to Dino Busak, who's just pumping his legs through. So strong for them, the young fly half. DHS again taking another ball through and becoming so close here. And it's inches and inches each time. And DHS again managing to hold a position, going into 12 phases there, but the ref gonna call us back for that original penalty. But
DHS
exciting and have taken it quickly. No one's picked him up, and it's Tuli Temba Sabisi over for the try, not being picked up, taking the quick tap, but the ref is not going to allow the try to take place.
Yeah, DHS are really keen to play here, want to close out this game and finish strong and potentially extend their 36-point lead here. It's going to be interesting now what decision they make. Are they going to go to the corner and more? Are they going to take the 3 points? Or are they going to tap and go in the last play, in the last movement, and the last minute of this game?
Bit of a deliberation from the referee and the touch judge there. And it looks like we will be coming back into the midfield for something. And it looks like they're just having a discussion with the captain of DHS to just explain what happened here.
Looks like
he has given a yellow card.
Players Oh, reverse penalty there. No discipline from DHS.
Yeah.
Giving a yellow card.
And it looks like, hard to pick up who's come off. It looks like Dale Hendrickson will be leaving the field after being yellow carded.
Northwood really rushing things there, knocking the ball on inside the 22, and the referee,
That'll be game.
blows his whistle 3 times to signal the end of the game.
Big win here for DHS on Reese Edwards, ending the game 31-14.
Yeah, brilliant afternoon of rugby, Carl. 31-14, 36-14 rather, to DHS.
Yeah.
Great performance from the two sides. The score slightly flattering to DHS. The Northern Knights put their bodies on the line for their school on All Boys Day. It was the first All Boys Day since 2019. And again, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much to the people that came here. Thousands of them in their thousands. It was so nice to see their families. Brilliant performance from the two sides. And we'd like to thank our sponsors again. Always Online, Commander Drilling, Super Spa Kensington, Puma being our apparel sponsor, Marshall Security, Pro Agencies, The Fitness Factory, and Northwood School against DHS. 36 points to DHS and 14 points to Northwood.
Onto the field to come and do the Northwood call.
As we see now, the Northwood All Boys rather, walking onto the field, ready to do the Northwood call. You know, some of these All Boys would have enjoyed this week, the reunion weekend, reminiscing about the good old days and the memorable and cherished moments and the fond memories as schoolboys. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to Carl and DHS for climbing up the hill and giving us a great afternoon of rugby. We're seeing now thousands of people running onto the field. The Northwood All Boys ready to do the Northwood call, forming the circle around the Northwood Knights, the proud Northwood First Team boys, putting their bodies on the line for their school. Really, really great performance here from the two sides. Unfortunately, Northwood going down by 36 points to 14.
Right, good afternoon and welcome back to Northwood on Reese Edwards Field. We just saw a brilliant contest from the two sides. You know, Northwood going down, unfortunately, the Northwood Knights going down 14 points and 36 to DHS. It was a really wonderful afternoon of rugby. You know, we're just so blessed to have moments like these where we can see families, we can see boys and girls, you know, the current Northwood boys and emerging Northwood All Boys and our very own Northwood All Boys behind me now. As you can see, the Northwood All Boys just forming a circle and ready to sing the Northwood call with the current Northwood boys. Just in a minute or so, I'll be welcoming and having a word with the captain, Enzo van Niekerk, and the man of the match this afternoon. And Jonathan Riedel is going to be presenting the man of the match trophy, you know, donated by a former Northwood boy himself. You know, in his 20-year reunion, he'll be presenting the Northwood man of the match trophy to the captain and man of the match, Enzo van Niekerk. It was brilliant to see again, you know, a couple of thousand people coming down, you know, in this massive occasion. It's a pinnacle event at Northwood School, you know, the All Boys Day. It's the one event that everybody looks forward to, and it was so nice to see the grade 8s, the 9s, and the 10s enjoying their first All Boys Day since they joined Northwood. Again, you know, it was brilliant because, you know, the boys are preparing for the exams in the next week or so, you know, but it's nice that they get an opportunity to continue playing this beautiful game and continue showcasing their talents, expressing themselves on the field and blessing people with the talents that the creators bless them with. We'd just like to say a massive thank you to some of our sponsors. Our main sponsor for is online, you know, Super Spa Kensington, you know, Kwamanzi Drilling, Pro 3 agencies, you know, Spur, and many others, you know, Just Water for looking after us, the Boss Group, and many other sponsors. Again, thank you to the people that came out here, and you know, so many families, you know, that came to support Northwood on the, you know, on this auspicious occasion on All Boys Day. Hopefully, I'll manage to get a word with 2019 All Boy, you know, captain the first team, currently playing at the Lions in Johannesburg, flew down yesterday to come to his All Boys dinner last night, you know, Sasko Ndlovu. You know, again, you know, massive condolences to the Northwood family with one of the All Boys, you know, tragic passing of Khulumang Mfakatolo just last night, you know, matriculated in 2019. We saw the two schools earlier just enjoying and doing a you know, moment of silence in respect and in commiseration, you know, and you know, in the tragic passing of Ranger, you know, the news breaking out last night. It's going to be nice now to be joined by Mr. Balocco, who is you know, leading the Northwood Brass Band, you know, joining Northwood for the first time this year, and it's you know, so nice to see. He's Italian, so excuse the accent. Yes. You know, it's going to be nice. You know, it's so nice to see you guys performing and entertaining our school and entertaining the families that came out here today. How is your experience on your first All Boys Day, and you know, what do you make of the performance of your boys with the brass band?
Okay, so hello everybody. This was absolutely fantastic. This is an experience that I've never had before in my life. We don't have anything like this in Italy, so it's a privilege actually to be able to be part of this family, to see all the people that have been here, that have walked this field and the halls and everything before, joining together and celebrating. It's absolutely amazing. The boys were actually fantastic. We started this morning 10:30. We played for the hockey, then we had a moment of break, then we did second team and then first team. So by the end they were very tired, but they did not give up. So I'm really proud of them, and they did very well.
Absolutely, and your boys, you know, you guys, you know, you're almost like the 16th man on the field, because you really energize the boys and you lift their spirits when they're down, you know, with the music and the entertainment and the never-ending support. You know, again, you know, it was your first All Boys Day. You know, tell me about your experience at Northwood so far. You know, you joined the school early in January, if I'm right, and you've been here for 6 months now. You know, how has the Northwood family embraced you as a staff member and someone who leads such an important part of the Northwood cultural and extramural activity?
So I feel welcome, absolutely. That is the one thing that I can say. Everybody is super supportive, super nice. If I need anything, if I need any help, I can just ask at any point, and everybody's like literally right there for me if I need. So it is absolutely fantastic. It's completely different from what I was doing before. Playing in an orchestra is completely different from educating children and like boys in general. But actually I am enjoying this a lot. They are like, even the boys are super supportive. I have boys that are not in my music classroom that come and check on me every day and just come and talk to me. So I feel very welcomed and accepted. It's really nice.
Absolutely. And then lastly, you mentioned that you were playing in an orchestra before, and the experience is different. If you're working as a staff member in a school environment. Just tell me about the responsibility that you feel as a staff member, having the opportunity to not only inspire the boys through what you do, but also to hopefully give them hope and shape their lives, as a mentor, as a leader, and as a potential father figure or older brother. It is very different because you get to see these guys in the classroom, but you also see them off the classroom as well. Tell me about your role as a mentor to these young men.
So I believe very much in leading by example. So I want to be an example for them, a figure that they can look up to and go like, okay, I want to be like this, because I was lucky enough to have that when I was studying and when I was growing up. So now I get to wear those shoes, and it's actually absolutely fantastic, and it's wholesome to be able to do the same thing because I was lucky and privileged to have the same.
And then lastly, just a word of conclusion and a summary to what you experienced here today, your experience at Northwood, and what you get to do on a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis, I get to shape the future of our boys. I get to show them how they should be a man, what I think is to be a man, and how to grow and how to become knights from squires.
Very well said there from Mr. Bolocco, summing it up very nicely, his responsibility and his role, in the Northwood family. And the Northwood motto is Akwiti like men, and the Northwood Knights behind me, they did exactly that. Again, like I said earlier, hopefully have a word with the Northwood captain, Enzo van Niekerk, in just a moment or so. He's at the moment still enjoying the adulation from his peers, the pats on the back, the kiss on the cheek from mum and dad, and hopefully he'll be joining us shortly. Someone went to call Enzo. Head Boy 2018. Right, with me now is the 2018 Head Boy. It's so nice to see you here. You know, you've got really broad shoulders, you know, but fortunately your jersey still fits. And, you know, just sum up, you know, the day for you as an old boy. It's all about you guys today, you know, and it's so nice to see so many of you coming out in numbers to support your school and to show up for your school. You told me that you flew down from Pretoria yesterday, and it's so nice for you to be gracing us with your presence. Just sum up the emotions and in your first All Boys Day since 2019.
Well, you know what? We haven't had an All Boys Day since 2019 because of COVID reasons and everything. But I had to bite the bullets and come back down from Pretoria, and I'm so grateful I did. You know, although the result didn't go our way, I mean, the memories that you create here are core memories that you're going to remember forever. I mean, for me, myself as an old boy, and for the students that are still here, it's incredible. I'm so grateful to be here.
Just a word on the performance that we just witnessed now from the Northwood Knights. You know, obviously going down, you know, 36 points to 14. You know, what do you think and what do you take out from that game? You know, the valiant effort and the fact that the boys kept fighting. You know, even though the score was beyond them, but they kept on putting their bodies on the line for their school, and they kept fighting until they couldn't fight no more.
Yeah, you know, something I've always said, it's not the size of the Knights in the fight, but rather the size of the fight in the Knights. And that's what they showed today. You know what, the results didn't go their way, but they pushed right to the end, and that's all that you could ask for. As an old boy, it makes us extremely proud, and it makes us want to come back every weekend to come watch the games.
And then lastly, you know, again, you know, we found out last night the tragic passing of one of our own 2019 matriculant, Kulumang Mfakatolo Ranger, affectionately known as he was, and you know, just some of the emotions when you guys found out and where you were, and one, you know, the first thing that went through your head when you found out the news.
To be honest, I'm still in shock, and it's going to take a while to actually register that it actually happened. But just over now, right at the end, when all the Northwood boys huddled together as old boys, and we just appreciated Ranger as a human and as an aspect of Northwood and a part of Northwood. It just shows the camaraderie that Northwood still has and will always have, and that he will always be remembered as a Northwood boy. And you know, prayers to his family and his close friends. And sure, it's horrible news, but sure.
And then lastly, you know, you were head boy in 2018, and you know, I can confidently and proudly say that you left a great legacy. You know, not only as a leader and as a man, but also your character, the way you handle yourself, the way you treat other people. You know, just a message from our current head boy, Matt Anderson. I saw him captaining the second team here. You know, just a word of advice on what he should look up for, and some of the things that he can adopt as lessons in his leadership as head boy 2022.
So one of the key elements of my leadership I tried to implement was to serve. And I know a lot of people give service leadership flack, but you should lead not because you want to intimidate, but because you want people to do things for you because they don't want to disappoint you. And I know Matt Anderson very well, and the way he is going about it is incredible. And I wish him all the best for the year going forward, and that he can carry Northwood into a new direction, a great direction.
All right, thank you very much, Cam. Really good stuff. You know, so good to see you and so many other old boys. You know, and now going to be joined by captain of the Northwood Knights, Captain Enzo van Niekerk. How's it going? How are you feeling? And great performance from Enzo. Enzo is also our man of the match today. And we've got an old boy in his 20th reunion. Jonathan Riddle is going to present the man of the match trophy donated by him to the Northwood Knights. Jonathan also played many years in this field to Enzo. Enzo, man of the match performance from yourself, not only as captain but also as a player and an emerging old boy. Just some of the emotions after that one, really difficult pill to swallow, especially in such a big day and pinnacle event in the Northwood calendar.
So we fought, we did as hard. We did everything that we could, but it didn't go our way. So we're really bummed, especially because we came here to do this for all the old boys. But we're going to lift up our heads. We still have 2 more games to play, 3 more in fact. And there's also next year for me and the other boys to come. So we're looking forward to that. So
the first game when we return in July after the exams will be against DHS. In fact, I don't know if you've checked your calendar, and what do you think will be some of the messages that you guys will be, reinforcing in the dressing room, and some of the things that you picked up on today that we could rectify in the second leg at DHS next month?
So we have a lot to cover. That's going to be a big one, especially because it's more of like a revenge type game for this type of day, but we're looking forward to it. So.
And then lastly, Enzo, just a word, for the families and the people and the old boys that came to support you guys today. How did it make you feel running on and being, and seeing just so many thousands of people here coming through? The last time we had All Boys Day was in 2019, and it's so nice to see so many All Boys coming to support you guys. And now as a head and as the leader of the team, I'm sure it must have boosted your confidence and gave you, wind behind your sails.
So it was very emotional. So this is a day I'll never forget. Even though we lost, the result didn't go our way. This is a day that I will never ever forget, and I'll reminisce for the rest of my life. So
I'll ask Cam the same question. I saw you guys before the game, having a moment of silence and respect, for and celebrating the life of Kulumang Mfakadolo, affectionately known as Ranger. When we heard the sad news of his passing last night, how did that make you feel individually and collectively as a team, especially building up to this game today?
That made us want to fight more, and that actually made us want it more, but unfortunately it didn't go our way, and Ranger will forever be in our hearts, so a very special player. So.
All right, thank you very much, Enzo. Again, big game next weekend against Clifton. Thank you to Enzo van Niekerk, the Northwood first team captain, and man of the match performance from him, putting his body on the line for the Northwood Knights, leading not only with his words, but mostly through his actions, acquitting himself like men. Thank you very much to everyone that came to support today. Thank you very much for joining us on Northwood School TV. It was a brilliant afternoon of rugby and a brilliant performance from all the boys that played today. Hockey, rugby, volleyball and many other sports. Great rivalry between the two schools, and we thank the officials, we thank the referees, we thank the families that came to support us, but most importantly we thank the opposition, because without the opposition there can be no game. Next weekend we'll be welcoming Clifton on Rhys Edwards. Hopefully the Northern Knights will bounce back and play with a lot of confidence in that game. Enjoy your afternoon, have a lovely afternoon, and thank you from Northwood on Rhys Edwards in this wonderful winter's afternoon. Take care.
Yeah, thank you guys.